airbags, I'm getting jet lag. Slings and tech pouches, none of them slouches. Tougher than gravel, perfect for travel. I've got too many airbags, I'm getting jet lag. More backpacks than I need, suffering from bag greed. Chunky straps and ballistic nylon under the seat, or carry on. I've got too many airbags, I'm getting jet lag. More bags, less use, it is time to reduce. Let's review and analyze, I'm ready to minimize.
I have way too many airbags. AER is a brand from San Francisco. They make backpacks, slings, pouches, suitcases, all sorts of stuff. And they're all good stuff. They're at a really good price point. And so I bought way too many over the years. So what I'm gonna do in this video is kind of go through all of these AER bags that I have and sort of, one, explain kind of why I bought each one. And then also kind of talk about what I plan to do with them, because there's some that I don't need and some that I like. So this is sort of my all the AER I own review and summary, for lack of a better title. I think maybe we'll start with a couple bags I don't own anymore. And I used to have the AER City Sling, gray, and that was a great sling. I sold it last year on the Nomads Nation marketplace. And I also used to have the AER, it's like a Pro Pack or something, City Pack Pro, not the City Pack Pro, but a Pro Pack, like the kind that has this sort of sheeny material, but it's a whole backpack, and just a whole backpack with just this material on it. And there's no like pockets in it. That's the one I had, but I got rid of that one. I sold that one too. These are the ones I have after I sold those two. Let's start with this one, because I think this is the one I use the most. This is the City Pack, the City Pack Pro, the first version. I think they're on number 2 now. It just came out, very popular, and it fixed a lot of issues that I have with this bag. As you can tell, I've used this bag because it's got some scuffing there, if you can see that. And I took this on a 3-month trip. This is my only bag, this and a sling, for 3 months last year to Europe, North America, and Hawaii. And this is all I had with me. This and a Bellroy sling. And it is a great bag. It's a trooper. It's solid. Even with these scuffs, I could probably buff them out if I wanted to, but I'm lazy. It's got this admin compartment. I'm not really into like detailing all the stuff in the bag, but I really don't understand. Why does it have this mesh on this side? And then on this side, it's just a pocket thing, but it still is the whole width behind here. Doesn't make sense to me. If I want mesh, I want mesh across the whole thing. But they fixed that in the new version, so good for them. The other issue I have with almost all of these bags is that all the pass-throughs for the luggage are horizontal pass-throughs, which means you got to pass it through the luggage strap sideways. But you have water bottle holders on the sides. So why would you do that? Why would you have the water bottle holder, you got to clang it down, and then the thing will spill out. Fortunately, this has a D-ring, so it's kind of nice to carabiner in your water bottle, but it's a thing I really hate about a lot of backpacks, is the horizontal pass-through. It is the worst thing. The new one does not have horizontal pass-through. Thank goodness. But aside from that, this is a great bag. I don't understand this pocket. I never use this thing. I don't have papers to put in here, business papers, nothing like that. So I've never used this kind of pocket. I just will keep things flush. Quick access is rather bulky, so I'm glad they shrunk that down too in the new version. And the laptop compartment is awesome, nice and soft, nice and big, false bottom, great. Great harness system on this. And most of the time AER is really known for having a fantastic harness. I mean, as the saying goes, they're big and chunky shoulder straps, really comfortable to wear and use. And this ballistic nylon is just, it's like crazy bulletproof. It stands the test of time. This is a great bag and probably my favorite out of all the ones I have from AER, aside from this other one, which is this. This is the little Go Sling. I believe that's what it's called. I use this still to this day. I use this all the time. It was in my Firo T22 backpack review. I use this as sort of my, I tend to use it as my vlogging kit. Like I'll put my camera, my tripod, my mics, all that just fit in here. And I'll carry this around with me as my little vlogging kit. But it works great for anything that you need to use. A couple nice mesh pockets, zipper. I wish it had a zipper compartment along the back so that when you're holding it against your body, sorry, microphone, you have a little hidden zipper, I think, for like your passport. But I mean, there is one on the inside and that works okay. And I love the magnetic slash. You can actually use this as a fanny pack too, if you need to, which I do sometimes. So yeah, this is a fantastic bag. Really like this. I'll probably keep this one for a long time until I could find a suitable replacement. The reason I prefer this over the Bellroy 2.5 liter fanny pack sling thing, belt bag, is because that one is just a little bit thick and heavy for me. This one is more malleable and much easier to use. So I prefer this one over that one. I do like the Bellroy, like the 9 liter, the 6 liter, the Venture Ready slings. Those are great because those are also pretty malleable, but great bag. Now, a couple honorable mentions here. I also really like this. This is the Go Pack, I think. It's like their lightweight day bag that you put in your suitcase that you can take out and use for the day. Has a really cool, like, little opening area here. Like that, it's nice. It does have a laptop sleeve, but it's like zero false bottom, no padding. So if you have a laptop in like another sleeve that you feel comfortable putting it in here, you can do that. But it wouldn't accommodate more than like a 13-inch with an extra sleeve around it. Like one of those Bellroy sleeves, those are nice. It's got some internal pockets. It's got some water bottle sleeves. It's a great lightweight bag. And it has a vertical pass-through on the luggage straps. Thank you. And it also, for a lightweight bag, it has some pretty nice straps. Much better than the Bellroy light backpack. These straps are much nicer. I don't tend to be someone who uses a day bag like this too often, but if I do need to use one, this is a great bag. This is going to be my pile of things I'm definitely going to hold on to. Some of these I'm not going to. For example, I'm not sold on this. I've used it a couple times, not so great. I even forget what it's called. I'll put the name on the video here. But this is basically, the idea is it's a backpack, has a vertical pass-through, again, horizontal thing, hate that. I mean, the materials and construction are great, but I just wouldn't necessarily use this. It has a top loading like a duffel, and you can put your clothes and stuff in here. It also has a shoe compartment down at the bottom that you can put shoes in if you want to. Hi. Or you can just kind of pack that away. 2 nice water bottle pockets, or maybe umbrella pockets, and a little quick access pocket on the top, and a laptop sleeve tech compartment right in here with, you know, nice padding and some pockets for tech supplies. This would be good for your commute bag that you're going to the gym after work kind of thing. I would never put shoes in here, but I could see you putting like dirty clothes in here, or maybe a wet towel or something, because it can drain. I don't like filling my bags with shoes. I usually just wear one pair of shoes, so I don't like putting extra shoes. Maybe slippers. You could put slippers in here because it won't take up too much volume here. The reason I didn't use this is it's just a little bit too small for a minimalist one bag travel situation, which is kind of what I really wanted to get it for. Now they do have like a larger duffel version of this, like a duffel backpack, and that might work, but it's a little tall for me. I prefer the other one. So I think this is one I might try out, but I'm not going to keep it long term. This will end up getting sold at some point. So I'm going to put this on this side. Here's another sling that is great except for 1 or 2 things. This is a, forget the name of the sling, I'll put the name on the screen. It has shoulder strap that I hate, which is why I never use this thing. Check this out. So it goes in one end here, and then the other end here. One is super long, and one has 0 length to it at all. What is the reason for this? Because if you have a bag that you're slinging here, in order for this to work, it has to be on your shoulder. That's what this is. It's the shoulder strap. But if you put it on your shoulder, that means the bag is either right up against you here, or if it's on the other side, it's right up against your back here. If you like to have your sling bag kind of slung along your side, a little more messenger style, then you're going to end up like this. And this has no shoulder protection at all. So this is completely worthless. I hate this thing. If I could find a shoulder strap where this was in the middle, or at least adjustable, sliding back and forth, that would be wonderful. But this thing is horrible. You can probably find something on Amazon, I bet, because these kind of big, like Woojin style buckles are probably easy enough to find pre-built straps for. But look at that. You have to have it right up against your back, up to your shoulder. You can't have it slinging down at all, or else you end up with this. This is not good. What's this here for? But aside from that, this is a great bag. I love the little quick access pocket it has right here. I wish it was felt lined, but that's okay. It has a space for a laptop. You can fit a laptop in this thing. I think 13-inch for sure. I don't know if my 16 would fit, but a 13 does. And the iPad as well. It's got some nice mesh pockets, a mesh pocket on this side, and it's got some decent depth in here where you can actually put in some things. And it reminds me a little bit of like the Alpaca Metro, was it Max? Alpaca Bravo Max, or 3, version 3. That's the one I have. But that's nice because it allows you to hold a real laptop, and you can actually pack clothes in it and stuff. And so you could do this on a weekend trip if you're packing really minimalist. I really like this, except for the strap. So I think eventually this might go away. So I'm gonna put it with this because I still wanna try and test it out a little bit more, just to make sure that it's really not working for me. They might come out with a newer version. So it's kind of going in the eventually get rid of pile because that strap. This is the Flight Pack. I think it's version 2. Flight Pack Pro, maybe? There's a few things I like and don't like about it. I like the price point, it's pretty cheap. Straps again, always good. Horizontal pass-through, terrible. Why? I don't like these kind of like zip up water bottle holders. This is silly. You should just have an elastic water bottle holder. These are kind of interesting. It's almost like a, what do you call it? A briefcase mode. And you can unstrap these back straps and slide them in here so they go away. So you can use it as like a briefcase, which is kind of cool. If I was commuting, I'd probably use this one, but I work from home, so I don't need to commute. Nice, simple access. Now, the main compartment here is not super, this tech compartment area is not super thick. It doesn't go too deep. And it does have another compartment, just sort of a 3/4 open thing, but it doesn't have enough depth, especially with this pocket here, to really hold things. So this could be like your tech compartment, maybe some toiletries, things like that. You got a sleeve that goes all the way down. Maybe an iPad can go in there. Another thing here, maybe for like some battery packs. You put a mouse in here, maybe battery things in there. So that's your kind of your tech compartment. And this, I guess, is where you would put some clothes for like a weekend trip kind of thing. But it only has about that much depth to it. So not a lot of depth. Hard to travel more than a couple days with this thing. But as a companion to like a roller bag that you have all your clothes in, this would be fantastic. Because of the way I've been traveling and the airlines I'm on, they only allow a personal item. So I just need the one bag that fits underneath that can hold everything. And this isn't quite that. It's close, but not quite. It also comes with a shoulder strap, so you can use it with these rings here and strap it around. The strap's in here somewhere, which is great. So there's like 3 modes of carry. There's a briefcase, there's a backpack, and there's a shoulder messenger, which is fantastic. It really is a nice bag. I just wish I had a little more capacity. And I wish this thing didn't do like a 3/4. You see how on this side it only goes down to where the water bottle pocket is? I don't like that. I'd rather clamshell, but again, it doesn't have a lot of depth, so what's the point of that? So eventually this will go away. Here is the sling version of that one that had the, what am I doing with this thing? This is the sling version. So you see it's just a sling. here of the kind of duffely one that I showed you a minute ago. It's nice because you can attach it to either side if you're left or right sided. It has a luggage pass-through that is vertical, but it's way up here, so it's kind of weird. It does have that kind of thing on the top. Very shallow, not much room for anything in here. Has a thing, so I don't know what you would put there. Same with the shoe compartment, kind of small. It has some decent depth and a laptop compartment, but this is just going to the gym and back, and maybe taking your iPad with you for after the gym. So as a day sling, this would be fantastic. Going to the beach, maybe do a little bit of work at the coffee shop, have a swimsuit or a towel in here. That's perfect. That's what you need this for. I do like this, except I never use it. I think I would probably use the backpack more, but as a travel companion, I'm not as sold on this thing. I'm actually really debating taking this on my next 2-week trip to California. Between these two, so I would probably take this one over this one, but they're both going on that side. This is the AER Travel Pack 3. I actually won this. I think I won this on Pack Hacker. I won this on, maybe it was Nomad Nation, I forget. I won this bag, which is fantastic. I've won 3 bags over the years. And this thing is a beast. My wife used this for 2 months in Europe last year. I've used this for trips before. It is chunky and big and huge. Ryanair, Baltic Air, Wizz Air, they didn't bat an eye at this kind of thing. So it passes as a personal item, I guess, even though it's ginormous, because it's kind of got that aesthetic of not being too crazy big, even though it does get pretty thick. But if you're familiar with the travel pack, like all AER stuff, it's got that kind of thing in there. It's got huge compartment for like tech or things you need quick access to. And then it has another full clamshell area in here that gets pretty thick too. And this is great. I mean, you can fit a lot of clothes and stuff in here. And it's got like a thing here too. Storage galore. If you're traveling for, I would say, a couple months, if you're doing like a 3 to 6 month journey, this is one of the bags you would want to consider taking. This, maybe the Peak Design travel bag, which I also have. Maybe the Bellroy Transit, the travel one, which I also have. A Manal 3, which I also have. Got a lot of bags. But this is a nice chunky bag, and I really like it. I don't use it often because I don't go on trips that long that often. But I'm gonna hold on to this because it is a great bag. Plus I want it, so that's cool. That goes on this side. Next up, I got some small stuff. Here is a sling. I forget the name of the sling. I'll put it up on the thing. It's got a nice back panel, but it has these G-hooks. Who invented these nail destroying pieces of crap? I mean, I can't use these things at all. I don't have the finger strength for it or something. I hate G-hooks, so I will not be buying future bags with G-hooks in them. But I have this one already, so it is what it is. I also don't really care much for this kind of thing where it does this. What is this? So you can cinch it there, dangle stop, or stop the dangle, and then you can pull it on this to release it. That's kind of cool, I guess. You know who does this really well is the Slim Fold Sling. It has a really nice strap release on it. Oh my God. Chef's kiss. That thing's fantastic. But this is okay, and it's nice it's not magnetic, although sometimes that's nice too. Has a nice compartment here, good for like a iPad mini kind of size, taking around the day. Maybe iPad mini with a small keyboard that kind of goes with it. But I don't as often use slings of this size unless I'm really specifically using the iPad mini for stuff. One of these days I'll do an EDC loadout video, but it's really a nice sling. But there are other slings I like more than this one. I like my Bellroy slings a little bit more. I have some alpaca slings that are nice. And honestly, if I'm just going for a travel, I usually just take this one because most airlines, this is your personal item suddenly, and in your personal item backpack now becomes your carry-on, and that's annoying. I don't want to sacrifice this as my personal item if it's too small to fit in my thing. So I'll usually just use this, put it in my backpack, in my personal item, and then don't need this. So this will end up going away because in current travel situations where you can only have a personal item for most of my flights, there's no reason to have a sling like that. Now for everyday carry stuff, I could use it, but I work from home. Where am I everyday carrying things? I sometimes go to coffee shops, but not that often. Oh, here's the strap for that flight pack. What else do we have? We have some pouches, tech pouches. This is the something something tech pouch. Put the name on the screen, please. Thank you. I love these. I used these in Ecuador 2 years ago. I took both of them. One held all the equipment I needed for my external monitor and some hard drives, and the other one held my hub system for my USB hard drives, power bank, things like that. So a mouse. So it was really nice that because I have two colors, I knew which one had which thing in it really easily. They have this little strap thing, which is really great. They're a little extra. I mean, these are just fantastic as a tech pouch. So I really like both of these. So I'm going to keep both of these because these are fantastic. And I do have another tech pouch I'm using currently, which isn't bad, but I think I might end up going back to these, so I'm going to hold on to these. And finally, I have this little guy. I used this as a toiletry bag for a long time. It has one strap here. It's kind of reminds me of the City Sling, where it has that kind of strap down the middle like that, which is kind of AER signature thing for slings for a long time. But I would put like toothbrush, toothpaste stuff in there, comb maybe, and then some other toiletries in here. You can see, oh yeah, see some toothpaste kind of leaked out there. That's washable. I should put this in the wash. It is nice because it expands. The zipper along the bottom, it's slim normally, but you can do this and poof, you get some really gross looking expansion. I gotta wash this thing. Which is great because then you have like a base here and you can actually put some things in there. So I was using it as a toiletry bag, not really meant to be a toiletry bag. Actually, as a toiletry bag, this is probably a horrible idea. But I really liked it as a toiletry bag. This is the perfect size for me for a toiletry bag. I don't need anything bigger than this. Toothbrush, toothpaste, a little floss thing, like a razor. And that is all the AER I own. So that's a good name for this video, all the AER I own. So I'm editing the video and I just realized I forgot another AER bag. I have the AER Travel Sling 2. It is actually up for sale on the Nomad's Nation marketplace right now. I'll put a link below if you're interested in buying it. Here's some photos of it so you can take a look at what it looks like. And overall, I just don't like the way this hangs on the body. It's a good travel sling if you actually don't have anything too heavy. But when you start loading it with some tech stuff, it just weighs down on your shoulder too much. And that's a problem with a lot of slings. You get too much stuff in there and you don't want all that weight on just one shoulder. You want to distribute it a little bit more. So that's why I'm getting rid of the AER Travel Sling 2. It is a well-made bag. And if I was a non-tech traveler, I would probably go with it. Maybe just like an iPad and that's it, and a charging brick, and then everything else is just clothes or toiletries. That'd be okay. Otherwise, it's just not comfortable enough for me. So it was packed away in one of my bins where I have all my stuff that's for sale. So that's why I forgot to bring it out. But that's the other bag I have. So there you go. I'm holding on to this one. So, and these will be all the AER I will get rid of at some point. If you're interested in one of these, let me know and I'll post it up online and you can buy it. But I think for now, I'm going to try on my next trip. I think to California. I just took a trip to California. I put a video up just a couple days ago about the favorite co-working and coffee shops in California and kind of a day in the life while I'm there taking care of my mom. And I had the Firo T22 for that whole trip. I did Southern California for a couple days. I was in Northern California for 2.5 weeks. So 3 weeks total with just the Firo T22. It worked great, but I think I'm gonna try maybe this bag. Either this one, or I'm gonna go back to my favorite, this one. These are my two options for the next trip. And then compare it to the Firo T22 and kind of do like a head-to-head battle, see which bag performed better. The Firo is a great bag and has a lot of really great things about it. There are a few things that over time, over the last couple of trips, I realized this could use some improvement. So I'll talk about that when I do a comparison with whichever of these two I end up picking for my next trip. My plan is when I get to San Francisco, I'm going to check out the new version of this because the AER store is right there south of the market. Really nice space. And to be honest, San Francisco is like a bag mecca. There's so many good bag stores. On one street, just on Hay Street, you have a Peak Design, Topo, Timbuktu, Cotopaxi. They're all on the same block. And then you just go a couple miles around from there and you can get all these other bag stores, like the Airbag store and a bunch of other ones. So really a bag mecca. I should do a tour of the bag shops in San Francisco at some point. I'm sure there's a video on that already. That's it for this video. That's all my Air, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I'm always open to wishing I had more bags. I have way too many bags. I did this because I don't want to review each bag individually, but I still want to share my opinion on what I like and don't like about each one. So sort of a all-in-one encompassing brand review for Air. Maybe I'll do the same with my Bellroys. I got a lot of Bellroy bags. I like them a lot. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. A little bit of a different style video, but hope you enjoyed it. Take care and happy travels.
I've got too many airbags, I'm getting jet lagged. Slings and tech pouches, none of them slouches. Tougher than gravel, perfect for travel. Yeah, too many airbags, I'm getting jet lagged. More backpacks than I need, suffering from bad greed. Chunky straps and ballistic nylon, under the seal, carry on.